are from Biology Education B.
At this moment, we are going to discuss about biodiversity in Indonesia. Did you know that Indonesia has very high biodiversity?
Oh yes, how many are there?
As far as I know, there are about 300,000 species of wild animals in Indonesia. But with this amount, the protection of endangered wildlife is still very minimal.
Oh, then it means that there must be action to save the animals, right?
What is the reason for the lack of wildlife protection?
The cause is the government's lack of seriousness in protecting and preserving wildlife, even though there is a law that regulates it.
What kind of non-seriousness is it?
For example, in the biological conservation law still does not regulate companies that hunt wildlife.
The phenomenon is exacerbated by the existence of a circus of animals.
I have never heard about animal circus. What is it?
An animal circus is an over-exploitation of animals. So, animals are forced to demonstrate something for public entertainment. What about the zoo? It is considered as exploitation.
Yes, it is. So, wild animals that should live freely in nature are locked up in cage and being made up as human spectacles.
In fact, as they did that, they indirectly give physical and psychological violence to animals.
So, honestly, they don't match their nature behavior. Their instincts, such as preying, can be used there.
Sometimes, in their training, they also allow wildlife.
So does the dolphin attraction also considered as exploitation?
From what I have seen, they often make the dolphins starving, then they want to appear because they lured by food.
It actually violates the natural law. The dolphin usually move from one place to another by swimming hundreds of miles as their natural activity. Besides dolphins, elephants also often get protections at circus places.
Apart from being at the circus, have you ever seen the exploitation of animals in your surrounding area?
Oh, I remember I've seen monkey masks. Is that exploitation too?
Yes, indirectly, we actually support the exploitation of animals by watching these attractions.
Who said we hadn't even noticed it? Why aren't these animals being conserved in the zoo?
Earlier, Kheisya explained that the zoo is not fully a conservational place. There is still a commercial side to it.
So I'm curious about how do they catch these animals? Is it considered as poaching?
Now, speaking of poaching, there are still many people who do it, even though there is a law that prohibits it. They usually hunted it not for consumption, but for accessories and displays such as horns, tusks, and skins.
Oh, I've also seen it in the animal structure lab.
Oh yeah. Have you ever thought about whether the animals in that lab are actually animal exploitation or not?
I don't think so, because the animals in the lab are taken for research.
Yes, as a learning model too.
But some of the animals preserved in the animal structure lab are rare, of hard to find and critically endangered. For example, the bird of paradise.
It must have been planned well, not a sudden action.
Based on Law Number 18 of 2009 concerning animal husbandry and health. It all depends on the use of the animal, because the use of animal as practical material has procedure and condition.
So, if on a small scale does not include exploitation.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Animal exploitation is a form of arbitrary action against animals.
Hopefully, the biodiversity in our country will continue to be maintained.
Okay, let's close the discussion forum now. Thank you guys for taking the time and also giving all of us a bunch of knowledges. I think with that primary information, we can be more aware about animals exploitation and find out the appropriate action to solve that.